Over the course of its 25-year history, the UFC has seen its fair share of embarrassing moments, and in this video, we'll look back at 10 of the most memorable, from boneheaded blunders to untimely bodily functions, wardrobe malfunctions to showboating fails on the sport's biggest stage. So with that in mind, let's have a look at 10 embarrassing moments in UFC history. Number 1. Putting your super foot in your mouth. Bill Superfoot Wallace is the star of our first entry here. The former kickboxer was the head commentator at the first ever UFC event in 1993, so it is the perfect place to begin our video. It is quite an accolade after over a quarter of a century to remain the most painfully embarrassing exhibition of commentary ever seen in the UFC. It began terribly, with him calling the UFC the Ultimate Fighting Challenge twice, and got steadily worse from there.
Before the Ultimate Fighting Challenge. Hello, I'm Bill Wallace, and welcome to McNichols Arena. Excuse me.
He never once got his co-commentator's name right, Rich Goins, opting for Ron and Rod as he pleased. He later filled us with pearls of wisdom like pain hurts and contests are fought in an octagonal octagon. Number 2. Hello darkness, my old friend. Moving on from awkward commentators, we will stop briefly in the crowd. Occasionally, a camera will hold too long on a face that does not want to participate in the two-way interaction. The internet is full of classic examples accompanied by the Simon and Garfunkel song, The Sound of Silence. In this instance, Rose Namajunas was in the audience at a UFC event, sitting next to Valentina Shevchenko and Holly Holm. As the camera passes, it holds with all three fighters in frame. Valentina responded with a big smile and a few punches before raising her right hand in a clenched fist. Holm also mustered a big smile while also raising a clenched fist before opting to finish with a friendly wave. The endearing nature of these fighters only highlights the expressionless stare of Rose. It looks like it is as uncomfortable for Rose as it is for everyone else watching. Number 3. Gang sign fail. Staying in the crowd for entry number 3 on our list, we now join Nate Diaz and Luke Rockhold. The Diaz brothers have never been particularly fluid in interviews. However, they are both masters of throwing up West Side signs while mean-mugging the camera. On this occasion, Nate does what Nate does well, throwing up W's on both hands before clenching both fists in a classic biceps pose. Luke, on the other hand, has everyone cringing as he fumbles between multiple different options for saying something. He started by awkwardly holding up an open hand. When Diaz throws up his W's, Luke nods knowingly, which is already odd, before half committing to whatever he planned initially. His open hand turns to a point at Diaz before switching into a hand-rubbing motion, which turns into a clap, bringing the whole sorry affair to a merciful end. Number 4. Paul Harris stops too early, for once. Moving inside the Octagon now, we come to moments that happen during a contest. The first on our list is Rousimar Paul Harris, who is renowned for using dirty tactics. Multiple times, Paul Harris has held on to potentially career-ending submissions long after the opponent has tapped. It is disgusting behavior which rightly ended up getting the Brazilian fired from the UFC. At UFC 134, Rousimar decided to begin celebrating before the ref decided his contest with Miller was over. Paul Harris dropped Miller in the first round and jumped on the cage in celebration. Herb Dean had to pull him down before explaining the fight must continue. It was a confusing sequence of events all around. Paul Harris went on to win a 3-round decision, unable to capitalize on his early opportunity to finish the contest. Number 5. Pool guard. Continuing with our mid-fight moments, we now move to some examples that are not for those with a weak stomach. Ironically, this was also a problem for Tim Sylvia at UFC Fight Night in 2006. During his fight with Osorio Silva, the Brazilian pulled guard on Sylvia, which managed to pull down his shorts slightly. This exposed a dark spot on Tim Sylvia's underwear, which led to discussions about the potential source of the brown spot. In the next couple of days, Sylvia himself confirmed the truth. Having trained outside in the cold, he picked up a bug that left him unwell in the lead-up to the fight. The troubles with his stomach did not improve by the day of the fight, so the unfolding mess was always a potential danger. Here at MMA Trending, we do, however, commend his honesty. Number 6. Shit happens. Staying with the bathroom scene, we move on to Justine Kish. At UFC Fight Night 112 in a contest against Felice Herrig, there was no need for shorts to be pulled down to know what had gone wrong. While fighting off a choke, Justine was unable to control her bowels with the pressure being exerted, forcing her to leave visible stains on the Octagon mat. After the contest, she noticed the marks, later stating, "I knew it wasn't Felice." Rather than running for the exit, she stayed in the cage until the decision had been announced. It was a massively embarrassing moment. However, Justine managed to avoid serious humiliation by taking a very humorous approach to the whole saga. She later tweeted, "I am a warrior and I will never quit. Hashtag happens. Haha, be back soon." Number 7. Somebody forgot their sports kit for PE. At UFC 133, Dennis Holman shocked the world by turning up for a professional contest wearing only a tight pair of blue Speedos. After the contest, he informed Ariel Helwani that he had lost a bet in the lead up to a fight. Sadly, the tiny outfit only left him with enough space for 2 sponsors. Even worse, upon getting finished in the first round, Dana removed him from the UFC roster entirely. A bonus of $70K was given to Brian Ebersole as a thank you from Dan White for getting that off TV as fast as possible.
Thanks for getting those horrifying shorts off TV as soon as possible, bonus.
During that first round, Hallman's family jewels popped out to say hello with a wardrobe malfunction as bad as anything seen during a Super Bowl halftime show. Number 8. The Three Stooges. During UFC 109 in 2010, the Great Ice Spill played out with play-by-play commentary from Joe Rogan. A mix of panic and embarrassment had taken control of the 3 officials tasked with solving the complex conundrum. The entire bucket of ice is spilled out near the edge of the Octagon. While trying to scoop the ice back up, they repeatedly knock over the bucket, starting fresh each time. Joe hilariously labels them the Three Stooges before mocking them for their eventual solution with some perfectly timed sarcasm.
Three Stooges. What are you freaks doing? Everybody's booing. Now there's even more pressure. Oh, now they're sweeping it out. That's good. Put it on the side and watch Ariane fall on her head.
After succumbing to the pressure of the eyes upon them, the Three Stooges decide to bail on the plan of filling the bucket and just sweep the ice into the gap at the edge. Number 9. An ice problem of a different kind. Now we move to post-fight entries on our list. Number 9 does not involve frozen water, but the legendary Iceman Chuck Liddell. In 2006 at UFC 61, the organization looked to set up a super fight between the Iceman and Wanderlei Silva. Sadly, Silva is not the most coherent of individuals at the best of times, but this unintended jewel is up there with his best. He begins by telling the audience he is here because he wants to, then pauses before correctly saying, "Fight Chuck." He then repeats, "Chuck," very quickly.
I want to fight with Chuck here. Chuck.
It needs to be heard live to really understand quite how awkward and embarrassing the moment is. The look on Dana's face, who is standing right next to Silva, says it all. Number 10. Derek the Beast Lewis. It is not so much any individual moment from Derek Lewis, and more that awkward and embarrassing moments are his comedy canvas. Having just given us one more for the catalog at UFC Fight Night 174 on August 9th, 2020, it seems appropriate to end our list with the highly entertaining Beast. We are accustomed to the awkward being open for discussion ever since he informed the whole world that his balls were hot. After his victory over Alexei Olenek, Derek was set up to do his post-fight interview with Paul Felder. Just as the camera points at Lewis, he looks off to the side before informing the producer that he needs to take a shit.
I gotta take Bob.
Paul Felder does admirably, continuing with the interview while taking the off-course comment in his stride. We all look forward to the next edition in his sizable portfolio of awkward idle chat. Well, that is it for our list. We hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.